Everybody's loaded in. Cool. So does anybody remember what has happened since last we played?
We danced with Danger Noodle.
I became the absolute worst thing to swallow on the planet.
He actually farted in its mouth. It was disgusting.
That's right.
It could have been either end. Either way, it blew its guts out.
Yeah, so you dealt with the space whales and Danger Noodle's angry grandpa. Or Danger Noodle? Space Noodle? I don't know. Whatever. Big dragon. And so I think you guys got back. I'm just going to give you the agenda of what the next couple of events are, so that you guys know, depending on once we start rolling with stuff here, what's going to happen. So as you all kind of wake up on the 7th day, there is delivered to your wonderful housing in the Ruby Village. I keep wanting to say Olympic Village, but I gotta say Ruby Village. And so there's basically an itinerary of the day's events. And on the itinerary, it notes that all the teams are being summoned to the Grand Arena, which is kind of just down the street from you guys, where each team is going to have 2 exhibition matches, as the sponsors of the tournament have requested one final chance to see all the teams in action. The way the exhibition matches are going to go is every team has 1 match against another team, and then immediately following it, a match against a pair of monsters. No teams are allowed to watch any of the other fights, and the only spectators will be Haojin, the Empress, and the sponsors, and 1 or 2 other guests. And then after those 2 exhibition matches, they'll have you basically swear yourselves in as contestants in the tournament, which also includes agreeing to the rules of the tournament itself. And then the final event for today is the sponsor bidding, which will happen. Kosetsu, this should make Giku happy, at a fancy restaurant where you'll get a chance to relax after the events of the exhibition matches and have some fine dining and speak to all of the sponsors to find out what they are willing to offer you before the bidding ceremony, which will happen at the end of the dinner. So that's basically what's on the plan. After that, we get to the tournament proper. So that's kind of.
And then there was much kung fu fighting.
And there was kung fu fighting too. That's fair.
That's right. It turns out that Daiji had been secretly training as a monk all this time, or something.
And no one can stop the goblin.
And then basically once we get into the tournament, this is more out of character, but just to let you guys know, we just kind of go day by day through the events that happen. We just kind of go through the tournament. And it's a double elimination style tournament, I believe. So if you lose 1 match, that's okay, but once you lose your second event, that is kind of your final placement in the tournament. So yeah. Any questions or anything? Your super fancy magic items happen at the end of this day.
Yep.
Let's get the ball rolling.
Cool. I will get the ball rolling, but I am gonna. I actually drank an entire glass of water while we were getting ready, so I'm gonna refill that. And then I'll get.
Did you bring me one?
So prepare. Prepare your bodies.
I'll go get a chocolate.
Where's my water?
I'm gonna go get chocolate. I'll be right back then. Actually, what did you think of the horror game, Kosetsu?
I didn't see much of it.
Oh, damn.
Oh, what?
Yes, it's time for you to get a coffee. Go get a coffee, and I'll go get some chocolate. And we will be back, me and Wonder.
Ah.
Are your bodies prepared?
More or less. Sorry, I'm just grabbing a can. Be like 2 seconds.
You still there, Marcana?
I'm still here.
Hi.
Howdy. Sorry, I was reading an absolutely depressing story on Humera.
Insulin?
Yeah. Well, sorta. It's a anti-inflammatory drug that was supposed to have its patent expire in 2016, but I guess the company basically sued the fuck out of everybody for the last like 6 years.
Oh yeah, why not?
And in the meantime, they managed to make 114 billion, so it all is like doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, who gives a fuck about keeping people alive?
Yeah, apparently the treatment of Femera is $50,000 a year.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Oh, I would use restoration to cure Shirigiku of fatigue as well.
You'd also get a night of rest.
Oh, well, yeah, that would have also done it.
So I guess everybody make sure you've rested, have your spell slots and focus points back, etc.
That's the thing.
If you need to rest, you should just hit the rest button because it's a new day.
I'd get rid of Enfeebled 4.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Make sure your
No, I mean, I
conditions are
can't.
set. Oh, you can't? I need to?
Because no, I'm cursed because of my curse.
Well,
At
that's
major
okay.
4, it gives me permanent Enfeebled 4.
That's
I don't
a
know what
you
they-
problem.
It
Yeah.
sure is. But hey, I get to fly basically permanently as well, so.
I was just gonna say, I don't know what they've done to the Forge, but it loads so much faster now. Like holy shit!
Yeah, that was really quick, actually.
Oh, I
It literally
shunted.
loaded in about 10 seconds.
I shunted everything from the first book into a compendium.
Oh.
Thank you. Good God! It literally
Yeah.
used to take like 5 minutes to load.
Can everyone make sure they have 3 major elixirs of health on them?
Okay. Oh, it's been has it been 24 hours, would you say? Or I guess
We've been resting for.
I know we rested for the day, but would that be 24 hours or
Probably
because I think it was
not yet. Yeah,
just
everything's gonna kick off at noon, is when I was.
Yep.
So no,
No, you're right.
It's not technically 24 hours if you have a 24-hour ability.
Yeah, that was my main thing. Because I didn't want to really recast an 8th level spell if I could avoid it.
Did you want 3 of those healing flasks on you, Hellscream, or otherwise I'll keep them on myself?
I think I gave mine to Maricana. I should have one left.
I just made all 3 again. When we rest every night, my consumables get deleted.
I guess as an emergency, just in case, like I might need you to link it though, because I don't know what it is called.
It's a major elixir of major life.
Why is your count of the mountebank large?
Hmm? Why is it large? It should be normal. What?
I don't know.
The fuck?
I'm gonna make it size medium.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
Why that was that way?
Otherwise the cloak could be bigger than HA is, so
Yeah.
which could be a problem.
Okay.
Because of the amount of healing flasks I'm making, I only make 20 bullets a day now. It's actually kind of dangerous.
To be fair, you don't. Well, you can make less if you want, because I don't need the elixirs as such.
No, make sure you have them. It's better to have them not.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think I've shot my gun 20 times in one fight. So.
No. You use like barely ever. You nearly always use your daggers.
My gun can do more on a crit, but the fact is it has to get a crit.
Yeah, if it doesn't, then it's meh. I mean, it's good for a gun, but it's not amazing.
Yeah.
I find the only ones who can really use them well are, funnily enough, gunners and rangers.
So you guys good?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so noon rolls around, or just shortly before noon, and a couple of docents from the tournament ask you all to follow them to the Grand Arena to get your exhibition matches on, and they will take you there. And as you walk through the village, you notice there are docents and guards posted at all of the other teams' houses. Not in a hostile way, but they're taking the whole thing of nobody else can come to these pretty seriously. And you take the 5-minute walk over to the Grand Arena and are escorted in. And you see the arena I have pulled up in front of you. It looks pretty much exactly like the arena that was in the Ruby Palace on Banmu.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just noticed who we're fighting. Potentially.
Yep. And as you walk in, yet again, Tino's toughest are lined up to face off against you. And you see in the stands around you, a handful of the patrons are spread out. If you want to really zoom in on them, they're there. Everyone is here. The 3 patrons who you guys know are committed to other teams, yet again, I have not really thrown onto the map, I don't think. And Danger Noodle's here, just kind of
Hey!
the show. It seems like Danger Noodle is hanging out with Jia.
He seems to have the wrong name, though.
Well, you
Says
call
adult.
him. I don't know. Have you?
Oh, his real name is Danger Noodle, isn't it?
Have you addressed him as Danger Noodle?
Don't. I think Giku, did you do it? I can't remember.
I was pretty sure
I called
Hyper
him
did.
Fluffy.
Clappy. Nice.
Fluffy.
Oh, Fluffy.
You originally.
Ah,
you
fluff,
would-
fluff, fluff.
Well, he's kind of fluffy, actually.
That's because you patted him, but originally you nicknamed him Danger Noodle, and that's what stuck.
Well, I mean, Heron Wanderer climbed all over. Gavrov climbed all over him. So.
Don't be careful what you're suggesting. This is getting really dangerous territory. So
Well,
with
I
Danger
mean-
Noodles and climbing
Not
and patting it.
dangerous enough.
And I realize that actually Danger Noodle's probably sitting down here at a safe distance from the wooden statues of Lady Jia, because Danger Noodle does constantly emit the heat
that
of
aura,
burning
right.
inferno. But it sounds like Lady Jia and Danger Noodle seem to be at least friendly, if not able to sit next to each other in the stadium.
No wonder he was so warm at the party.
Yeah.
Lewd.
But yeah, your old friends, or I don't know if they're your friends. But Tino's
I think
toughest
they're in good time.
is here again, and Tino, seeing you guys come in, just kind of smiles and says, "So it looks like we've come a long way, huh? One more fight before this whole thing starts." And he just looks just super pumped. And
Would I be able to roll for make an impression on them? Just some shits and googles.
if you want to make an impression,
Yeah, well, I'll give it a shot. See what my dice are feeling like today.
so you're just trying to make him like you more?
Yeah, just trying to be affable.
I mean, I think that, yeah, he already likes you and continues to like you.
Hey.
What he means to say is you showed a bit of thigh there, did you?
I think
Yeah, that goat leg. Oh my gosh.
I think you can assume that at least Tino and Yabin both have you've maxed out reputation with them at this point. You really
Wait,
have.
who's Pineapple Head?
That's Yabin, the dragon.
Oh, is it? Oh, nice.
Yeah, Yabin the Just.
Sorry, he just looks like a pineapple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
Pineapple Head.
the default.
I'm zoomed out anyway.
Yeah, Pineapple Head. Well, he's a dragonborn. He's a dragonborn that just wears a big cloak.
He's an Argonian.
He looks like a fin, kind of like a green fin. Yeah.
No, I
Kinda
think
cool.
pineapple. If you look too far back, it looks like there's
Yeah. When you zoom out, it's like a pineapple with a robe on. It's like what?
And Takatora will kind of bow to you all, and Jiyuk, as usual, is just kind of standing there. Not the most
Yeah,
talkative member of the team.
I'm gonna pull on that cat's tail in the middle of the fight.
Oh boy.
I assume that's what you do anyway when you stab them. You're actually just like pulling on their like limbs.
There is a new person here that I want to call out. She's not doing much right now, but she is
Quickly. Americana, wolf whistle.
Is she a fighter?
No, she is not a fighter. She is wearing a crimson robe with a phoenix symbol across her chest, or it's more of a tunic. I don't know what the name of that piece of clothing is. It's
Like a tabard?
the traditional. I'm gonna sound so fucking American right now, but like the thing that you see Chinese people wear in movies when they want to make sure you know they're Chinese, like the that
Kind of like a
the square cutout collar tunic thing that goes down to like mid thigh. That
I know what you're talking about. I just don't know the name either.
Name of that piece of clothing, but it's the we want to make sure you know this person is Chinese right now, so they're gonna.
It's a tourist trap thing that you wear.
Yeah.
What did you say it was, Kazetsu?
Oh my god!
You said a queen.
Isn't it a Zongshan? No, thinking of the wrong one. I'm having to Google this, and that's not right.
Getting a different set of Google searches, eh?
Yeah. Oh, it's a Zongshan. Yeah, it's a Zong. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably butchering that, and I'm sorry.
I'm so little amount of my blood is Chinese that I could. I have no fucking idea. And I'm pretty certain I'm just Australian.
I'm pretty sure Kasetsu is more Asian than you ever will be.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is.
I spent the last 20 years in Australia. Leave me alone.
I was about to say, I'm redneck. I don't have any right to be talking. Yeah.
I say like
that would be Chinese, but yeah.
For anybody of any other non-American culture, I'm trying, but I'm failing as usual. So if anybody else watches this, sorry. Anyway, she is wearing that outfit and is kind of she's literally flying around the arena, and she flies over the Tino's toughest team, and as she does so, she in a very announcer style voice introduces Tino's toughest with Tino Tongue, Takatora, Yabin the Just, and Jiyuk. And in the air above the arena, these words appear in magical writing. And then she flies around to your side of the arena and says, for the Scarlet Chorus, we have Murakana, Shiragiku, Gavrov, Hypa, and Daji. And all of your names also appear written in large letters above the arena. And then she flies back and lands momentarily, or lands for now, next to Haojin, or kind of on Haojin's dais over there.
Hey, Americana, did you notice?
What?
She's wearing crimson red undies.
Oh god. Hey, why would you even look? Like, you're a goblin. Like, you shouldn't even. You'd find them disgusting, wouldn't you?
How do you
Like
think
humans?
goblins are made? Have you seen Goblin Slayer?
No. I don't watch anime.
It'll ruin it for you.
That's what you get. Just gonna deafen Murakana.
Oh, this is spooky. Yeah.
I like how Americana gets in trouble for that.
Oh my gosh.
This song, I picked it solely because its name is Regular Knoll, and I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
This is a weird song. Should I try Valhalla Awaits? This is a little creepy.
We just leave this one, it's fine.
Whatever, we're just
A
gonna
lot
go
of
with
these-
this.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm hoping this one picks up into something more bombastic. Anyway.
I feel like we're going off to murder them now.
We are.
Yeah, actually Valhalla Awaits is maybe a little bit too much, huh?
It'll be fine.
All combat. What if I try Kingdom of Stars. Does that sound good? Here's what I've got. I've got Fire and Ash, Temple of Bones, Regular Null, Valhalla Awaits, Tribal War, Clockwork Arcana, Brutal Battle, Soul Knife, and Cyberpunk War. Kingdom of Stars, the Feywild, Astral, Deadnaught, Wasteland War, and Arctic Attack.
You link the outfit I believe our announcer is using.
Yes, that's basically the fit, except not a dress, she's got pants on.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be quite productive if you're flying.
You can wear anything underneath.
She is, I will say, canonically, she is wearing the tunic bit, but not a dress. Because she's flying in the air. Anyway, does anybody want to say anything to Tino's after the announcements for the teams are made? Or are you guys ready to get down to business with them?
I'm gonna scream across. I'm coming for your tail.
Ji-Yuk just kind of does a cat swish with her tail twice, and bares her teeth at you in a not horribly hostile way, but in just a like, come and get me.
Bet your teeth back up. You've got way more.
Yeah, no, I don't like showing them off. There's lots of food stuck in them.
It's a good thing we don't have any furries on the crew. That's right, I went there.
Know of.
Oh,
Oh
God.
jeez.
The closet ones, they're the most dangerous.
Don't you mess with my persona.
Holy crap, I didn't roll like us for once.
Oh my god. Well, go ahead and roll initiative. They're just gonna get all set.
Jesus, and then Gav immediately shows me up.
Just to double check, you
You have a plus 26? Crazy.
You don't want me to do a stealth perception for this one, do you?
I
No.
somehow doubt you could stealth.
I technically at all
You
times.
technically can, but everybody's staring right at you. So I'm gonna say, in this particular instance, no. If you can find a way to get stealth during the fight, fine.
If I turn you invisible, I think, or you use an invisibility potion.
Or if you
can
like-
I literally have the skills that I can
Yeah.
literally hide right here, and they have to try and spot me.
Yeah, he can do that. It's annoying.
Hmm.
It
Oh, yeah,
kind of-
legendary
it's
stealth,
one
yeah.
of the few things that I feel like just breaks all verisimilitude. Like, you're standing right there. It's a flat arena. How do you...
And as a goblin, there's also the trait very, very sneaky that they literally, I treat all cover as like high cover in sneaking as well. So like literally I could be anywhere and no one can see me.
Well,
not
roll
anyone,
normal
No,
initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
And Giku, if you can roll initiative, please.
I'm trying to find the button.
It's the swords. Oh, you got it.
Hey, there it is. Cool. Boom. Okay. Gavrov, it is all you.
Yeah.
And this arena is big.
Yeah, no kidding.
I like it.
Perfect.
It's a change from like 5e where every room is 15 feet by 15 feet.
Yeah, there wasn't really any reason to use range for like anything in there.
Is there
Just
throat
a thought.
singing happening in this song?
I think so.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna stay here.
Just gonna
Yep.
charge up. Cool.
Yep.
Actually, out of curiosity, can Gabrielle throw her sword, like the one that she isn't using? Like, is she allowed to do that, or
Wouldn't I need to pick it up though? That would know another point.
No, I'm just curious. Like,
You'd need to
I have
draw
no
it.
idea.
You could draw it and then you could throw it. What just happened?
whoa, that was loud. Apparently, it's Clockwork Arcana.
Should I just let these play through, or does it reset volume every time?
I think it reset the volume, but
Yeah, it just
Okay.
went up a fair bit.
Sorry.
Huh?
I'm gonna go
It-
back to
it
the
didn't
other one and
go
I'm
up
gonna
for me.
put it on repeat. There we go. That
It
way you don't have to
didn't
worry
change.
about it.
You guys just need to alter the sound for your Chrome to like 20%, and all these songs are perfect.
nah, listen.
Anyway, Dodgy, it's your turn. Yes, you can
Oh,
throw
cool.
a weapon. That is an action. If somebody wants to throw a weapon It's basically turns into a weird ranged attack with an improvised weapon if it's not a thrown weapon, and we can figure it out.
Ah. I will move up here.
I am certain there's a rule for it. I just have to look it up because we haven't done it.
Oh, that's fair. How far am I? 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
my
I can't
God,
use.
guessed exactly right. That's awesome.
I can't use my mind blast because that's got 30 feet. God damn it. Let's see. Wait. I retrieved my roof tile. Like, instead of rescuing survivors, Dodge was just looking around for a roof tile that, like, flew off.
I'm such a hobo. Okay.
Hey, he's hired me. What do you think I am?
Yeah, exactly.
You're the
Wait,
Uber
did you
hobo.
Did you write your name on that roof tile?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like,
Maybe
someone
the one
found
from
it.
like the original temple or something.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking more if
Like-
someone
like-
found it, they can return it to you.
He goes to a shop because after he throws it, sometimes it breaks in half, and he gets them to mend it. It's just like continually cracked and mended 100 times over.
I think she can mend it herself. Yeah, she has spells to do it.
That's like basically the roof tile of Theseus at this point. Who are you attacking? G-Uke? Okay,
Yep.
you beam G-Uke with
Yeah, I'll target him.
roof tile. Okay.
A beanball. That's against the rules.
69.
You do 69 damage with a roof tile?
That seems like a lot. Jesus.
Amped. It's amped.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I'm using
okay.
a focus point for it.
Okay, good. I was like, how the fuck?
Nah, no. Normally it doesn't do that. No. It does double damage when it's amped.
Also, Giggity, because 69.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to make sure that was legit. I'm like, what the fuck? A 69 damage roof tile?
I can link it to you. Yeah.
Okay.
It's 15d6 plus 5.
Boom. There we go. Nope. You beam G-Uke with a roof tile, and she stopped swishing her tail. She's kind of pissed about that.
Yeah, fair. It's my longest ranged attack.
Do you have any
And
actions
that's my
left?
turn. No, that's 2 actions, I think, for that spell.
Okay. So G-Uke is going to go. What does she have to do? Oh, what's that? You would think one day I would read these before it's time for me to do it, but oh. God damn it. Okay. That's useless. Okay, let's see here. I think they know a little bit about you guys. They've fought a few times. So I think G-Uke is going to... How far can I go? There's 25...
Hey, that's out of my range. That's cheating.
Oh no, they've actually learned something about you in the bajillion times they've fought you.
But I've kept my tactics so diverse.
I think she's got to get here. Oh, that's annoying. Sorry, I'm gonna retcon that because I'm stupid. Retconning, it's my turn. She's gonna get here, and she is going to try to do a couple of. She kind of does some gestures with her hands and whips a pair of ethereal firebolts at you, Gavrov. So I'm just going to roll 2 attacks
What?
at once.
So I can't block those?
Oh, you can. Like, if they hit, you can shield block them. They're just...
Okay.
I think the second one just flat out misses.
I think both of them miss if she raises her shield.
Yeah, I'll raise my
AC goes
shield.
up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they do, yeah.
So the first
So
one...
AC goes to 89.
Yep. So the first one will miss, the second one will also miss. So your shield deflects the first one. The second one just kind of goes wide. And then we shall go to Yabin. Oh, let's see here. Interesting. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So Yabin will focus spell. Get some dragon wings.
Oh,
So Yabin is going to get a movement speed flying wise.
60 shit. That's a pretty good one.
So he's gonna get let's see here. There's 15. There's 20 feet horizontally, and then I have 40 feet left. So he's gonna get 20 feet in the air. So he's basically up in the air where nobody can get him, unless they come up with some way to, get him. And then he's gonna be a real annoying bastard, and he's gonna literally spit venom at a -2 modifier at you, Gavrov. So I'm going to subtract 2 from whatever it is I roll.
Oof.
He's not going to hit. So that's unfortunate, but he does not hit you, but he spits venom and it hits the ground and kind of sizzles a little bit next to you. And that will take us to Geeky, who will run around the entire arena 5 times and then punch somebody twice.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Look at that
she
movement.
can
It's like
fucking move.
Trying to remember how far I can actually go.
Technically, you can
Far.
So
180 feet.
when you drag your character Kazetsu, when it changes
Yeah.
the color, that's another movement. So like if you drag it, one movement for one color, another point for another color, and another point for another color.
So it's 2 movement.
That'll be 2 movement there.
yeah, the
to go.
blue is the first, and then the yellow is the second.
And then the red is
Racist.
the third. But you never see the red because you move like fucking. And
It's so fucking fast.
you can keep going up until it changes to the next color.
I'd have to zoom out for that.
Yeah, that's... So you're good.
I'm good. So is that 1 or
That's 2.
2.
That's 2.
2? Okay.
You can still do flurry of blows though, so you'd still get 2 attacks.
Yep. Actually, I was gonna do.
Oh.
Like it.
And
Swing.
which one do I do?
The hand wraps.
So yeah,
So I
the target
created
the-
a... Go ahead. I'm pretty
Well
sure...
then, Jesus.
That's a crit.
Oh,
Down, kitty.
crunch.
Okay, let me just quickly look. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna apply all that to Jiyuk. That is painful. Jiyuk also is going to take the... Oh my...
Oh shit, sorry.
Wait,
I was scrolling and I clicked something.
did you just put
Why
fire
you do
damage
that?
on Giku?
You did.
I was scrolling through the list and accidentally clicked a button.
You click double damage. You made.
What? How do I remove that?
You just have to heal twice the amount she took.
Alright.
Bad dodgy. Bad. I also have to make a fortitude save at DC 24. Honor be deafening. Hey, I passed. Okay, cool. Kitty not happy with that nasty thing, but also they also take 2d6 per... Okay. If it deals damage, it also does 2d6 persistent negative damage. And it does enfeebled 1.
That's nasty.
That
Until
is... Yeah, until the persistent damage is removed. So there you go, Giku. I think that's the first time Key Strike has Disrupt Key has worked, and it's kind of brutal. Okay. Do you have any actions left? I don't think so. Just want to make
Nope.
sure. I'm gonna go.
No, she doesn't.
It is Tino's turn, and Tino, seeing his cat friend getting beaten, he is going to... How far? Hey, monk sandwich.
Oh, jeez.
Flurry of blows, because he can do that. No, just link flurry of blows. Damn it. So that's 1 action. 2 actions is flurry of blows, so he's gonna do a pair of fist strikes. I think I would learn to target people, but I'm assuming a 30 is going to miss, yeah. The second one is a 38, which is a hit, so... It'd actually be a 40. So it's 24 damage, Giku, as Tino punches you. And then... That was dumb. I'm an idiot. That's okay. Can't do that. Can't do that. I guess he will. Can't do that. What is that? Okay. He is going to, I guess, punch one more time because I'm dumb. So we'll see what happens. No, he'll miss. That will take us to Murkana.
Why is Hyper not on my shoulders?
We walked in the arena.
Well, we fucked up. You should have been on my shoulders right now.
Touchdown, Harper.
I'm about to cover 60 feet like it's nothing.
Oh, you're also hurt for some reason. I think you should probably just heal up.
Oh, well.
Hit the rest button before you begin. It
Where
says
is
up
the
in
rest
utility. Utility at the top, and then go rest for the night. And then yes.
Oh, I'm gonna...
There you go.
Wait, it didn't heal him. What?
Yeah, it did.
It's weird. Didn't it? I see it as 241 out of
It's
248.
Probably because we're in combat. And
Oh.
I bet the game doesn't let you do that in combat.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sneaky little players can't get long rest while I'm... Where are your spell slots? You've still got a focus point. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
He's very
Okay.
angry. Triple rage.
Why is it my...
I have
Oh,
to drag the rage thing
You
on
have
you.
to drag the rage effect onto your character.
You see how it has a
Oh.
little... Anytime you buff yourself, you have to drag the suitcase onto your character. Where it says effect rage. There you go.
alright, well, I rage and then I move. $70 feet.
Got
You're right here.
121 messages in that chat. Jesus fucking Christ.
You've got a long weapon, right? You can reach 5 feet, couldn't you?
Well, I raged and that's one action. I moved 35 feet twice.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you're
Two
done.
actions.
You're done.
I don't think he has a
have-
reached weapon, does he?
I thought he did. I thought he had the
Oh.
skill to
His
move.
javelins. So he
I
can
have
throw
a-
those.
You can stride
magic
twice. So if you do sudden charge, you can stride twice, man.
No, he can't reach. That's the problem. He needs 3 actions to get that far.
But your movement after raging wasn't enough to get you all the way?
No, just not.
35, isn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't enough.
No, because that was 70 feet that he moved.
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
he makes it.
Cool. Yep, you're just short.
And
It's
unless
almost-
sudden charge requires that you actually be within melee reach of at least one enemy, otherwise you can't do it.
It's almost like they realized they should not get right up in you guys' grills.
Yeah, Shiraguku running up into him.
Yeah, just smacking the crap out of the cat.
I don't
Jesus.
remember if I fought them because I thought I joined after you guys fought them on the beach.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, they don't know anything about Giku.
Oh, haven't you guys... Isn't this the third fight with them at this point? I thought it was.
It might be.
Oh, wait, yeah, no, we did fight them, yeah.
Yeah.
We fought them again. Geeky missed the first fight, but...
Anyway.
But they've also seen us fight a number of times, so...
Yeah, it's not like our tactics have changed that much.
Murkana, I think... So you raged and then moved twice? That's it?
Yeah, that's it. I gotta move on. That's
Okay.
70
Hypa, it
feet.
is you.
3 actions.
I'm gonna go into the... For my free movement of 25. I'm gonna go 1 action to here.
Okay.
Second action to here, and I am going to contest them for a trip as I yank at his tail. You'll have to tell me what I need to do to drag
You want
him.
to... So what are you trying to do with the tail grab?
I think he wants to do a trip action.
I just said, I want to contest them for a trip, and I'm pulling them by the tail and trying to throw them on the ground.
Okay. Give me
I
1
was coming
second.
for that trip.
No, that's fine. I'm just looking up the trip action because,
I think
so
only Gavrol's ever done it before.
you attempt an athletics check against the target's reflex DC. So roll an athletics check. The DC is 36.
Oh no.
Oh.
Fuck with the cat's
So
tail.
you try to grab critical fail.
Grab that tail. I'm yanking on that thing.
Feel free to tell me
Oh,
this
well,
is
the one, you know.
stupid, but I think the way I want to do this is she Ji-Yuk whips her tail away and slashes at you, and manages to catch you for 1 damage, and just kind of winks at you as that happens. Because I think the critical fail deserves something. And then we've got Takatora. Let me actually look at them. Tengu Gale Blade Sword.
Also, did you apply flat-footed onto that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, I was just running. I just thought it might have appeared automatically because me and Giku are in flat-footed position.
No, I put flat-footed as soon as you moved there, my man. I'm getting better at this. Fun. Okay, I think Takatora's first. Screw it. We got 25 feet of movement. Takatora's gonna get here.
Oh
That's
no.
1 action. Can't do that. Can I do this? I don't think that'll work. That won't work. Okay. I want to know what that does. Anyway, target Giku and do a sword strike for the first attack. That will hit for 22, and I don't think I can actually disarm you, so I'm gonna go for a second
I mean,
sword
you
strike.
can, but
Yeah, you'd have to cut her arms off.
That's what I mean. Like the hand wraps, I'm gonna say that hand wraps cannot be disarmed, unlike other weapons. Critical miss. Takatora misses. Do you guys want me to start doing stuff for critical misses,
I'm good with that. Oh man.
like for enemies and for you? Does that seem fair?
Yeah, it probably makes it a bit more interesting.
I'm like, you've probably noticed I'm very for it because I like you when you do critical stuff on my character. You've done it before.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start
Maybe
doing that.
at the beginning of like the campaign, you made me drop my weapon in the middle of a fight, and I had to pick it back up and waste an action.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start.
Exploded.
I'm gonna start doing that. I think one thing. So I'm just gonna say this out loud. I'm gonna look at like a critical deck, for like prompts. But I'm gonna adjudicate it myself. I think Takatora tries to hit you with that second attack, Giku, and you're able to kind of dodge out of the way. And I'm gonna say he slashes Tino instead. And I'm gonna definitely like lower damage numbers, but I'm gonna say he actually nicks Tino for 4 damage. I'm kind of using like the base die of the damage effect because I don't want it to be incredibly swingy, but I want it to be meaningful.
No, like it's more adding flavor. is
Yeah,
what
that's my
you're-
thought. So like,
You're not. It's not like 4 damage isn't like end of the line, and like
yeah,
if it's 6 damage, that's kind of nice. But if it's 1, then like it's nothing. But it's just flavor.
yeah. I think so. There's definitely like critical fumble decks, and I'm gonna look at some to give myself prompts for things to happen. But I want to start. I think we're far enough in that I can start doing that. So I'm gonna start doing that. Gavrov, it is your turn. Gavrov gets all up in there and hits Ji-Yuk for
Oh.
some damage. You fan G. I just love that you have a fan. It's so great. Oh. Second hit is a miss. I think that's
Yeah,
1,
that's
2,
me.
3. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Then let's go to Dodgy.
Huzzah! Alrighty, let's see. I'm like 5 feet out of range, that annoys me. And now we are closer. Still targeting Mr. G, or Miss G-Yook. I don't know her marital status. But could she please roll a will save?
Jesus Christ.
I know, right? Well, we're all stockpile.
If this
Can we
wasn't
just call
an
it
AP...
mind melt?
Huh?
Oh, baby.
That's a failure and a critical success by Dodgy.
Eat
Oh.
shit.
Jesus Christ. G-Yook
None. Dry on focus point.
just
Now the cat is a
drops.
vegetable.
She just like she after having slashed Hypa, she was feeling pretty good about herself, and then she just kind of grabs her head and crumples to the ground, unconscious. Let me remove this participant from combat order.
And that's my turn.
That is your turn. Then we go to Yabin, who is flying in the air. I guess he has to spend an action to remain flying. That is a thing. Well, let's see here.
I think it's not if you move, so isn't it? Like, as long as you move somewhere, you...
Yeah.
He has to move or...
Use an action. Which is technically moving as an action, unless you get a free action to move, I guess. Then that would work.
It's more that if he just wants to hover in place and he has to, like, spend an action.
Speaking about that, I get the step and attack for the same cost, so I could technically step, which is, if I'm in the air, would be a flight action, a movement. So I'd be moving and I'd be able to stay suspended in the air just by stepping around the place and shooting from above.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Wait, no, hang on, you'd fall. Unless you have some sort of self-flight thing.
No, if I had wings, as long as
Oh, yeah, if you had wings.
yeah, if you have a movement action, you can stay. Like,
Wait, can you grow wings?
Oh, no, I can't get wings. I'm a goblin.
No, but I mean, like, maybe there's a potion or something is what I meant.
Oh,
There's metamorphosis potions, whatever you call
Yeah,
it.
for sure. But I'm not gonna make that shit.
Yeah.
I want stuff that's.
Yabin is
I'm
gonna
a-
get over here.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna target Gavrov and cast a spell. Flesh to stone.
Oh, no.
Gavrov, I need a fortitude save.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, hell yes. That is a failure. The DC is 32, so that's a normal failure. So you get slowed 1, and you must make a fortitude save at the end of each of your turns. On a failed save, the condition increases. On a successful save, it reduces. If you ever lose all of your actions, so if you get to slow 3, you are petrified and turned to stone. And that is Yabin's
That's not ideal.
It is Giku's turn.
That's but it's like your strongest save, so it should be fine.
It's okay. The kitty got knocked the fuck out.
Wonder if this statue with a fan in this like fighting like swing on the cat as it's going down and it starts to slow up.
So Giku, you are in Tangled Forest stance. Get a lashing branch at Tino, which will miss. We get 1 action left. them blows. This one's a miss. Second one. Oof. 31.
Bad luck.
And she connects with the air. Take that
Let
air.
me just check one thing real quick. That was a miss by 2. Okay, cool. I need to adjust something on the hand wraps real quick. Did that fix it? Yes, okay. Sorry, I just adjusted the map penalty on it because your map penalty was a little bit too much because it should be a 4 and an 8. But in this case, he has an AC of 33. Actually, the second one would be a hit.
The 32 or the 31?
The 31 would actually be a 33. So it should actually do damage.
Because she has agile, it should be
yeah. 'Cause
lower.
I had to.
So wouldn't,
like,
wouldn't the lashing brands hit as well then? Because that's a 32. Or is that?
No, that's the initial hit. That didn't have a map.
yeah, that didn't have a map.
Oh, okay.
I just want to make sure I'm like applying it. I was looking at the map and I was like, wait a minute, why does she have a -10?
Oh, that's what you're looking at. I now see.
Yeah, because I hacked her. I hacked an item together to try and get her damage corrected. Anyway, Tino takes that hit. So the final one lands, and that'll take us to Tino. What will Tino do? I think what Tino is going to do is on Giku, he is going to first cast Key Strike on himself. I guess just use Key Strike. And then he will firstly oh, I should have done that. He is going to Flurry of Blows. I can do that. And then he will make, so that's 1, 2 actions. So the first strike against Giku will hit for 41 plus 1d. Oh, wait, no, it's 41 to hit. So then the damage, let's see if it applies that. So it's 3d8 plus 10. And then
Can I use my shield ally for that?
yeah, you can.
Fabulous.
Took.
So shield ally makes you take the hit instead of the other person.
Yep.
Okay, so let me add this in. So it would be a total of 31 damage to your shield, I guess.
Minus, it's 15, I think.
Yeah.
The hardness.
And then he'll get a second attack as part of Flurry of Blows. Oh,
Drops his fist.
he drops his fist. How do you do a critical fail on a punch strike?
This punch is
Like, punches the bird.
No, I got it.
You don't have
Punches,
they don't have to
but-
you don't have to do like something crazy. You just do finesse
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, or you can say he connected, but he twisted his wrist and like hurt himself.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
that works.
I like that. I think his base damage is 1d6, so I'm just gonna say that he kind of like tweaks himself. and takes
Kasetsu deflected and swung his arm, pulling his muscle awkwardly.
The monk
he
slap
has-
fight continues.
He has a
We're
third.
playing patty cake.
Kasetsu has patty cake hand of steel.
I guess he's gonna punch one more time, because... Yeah, he's a monk.
Oh shit.
Hey! So he's gonna hit. Gavrov, are you reacting at all?
Yeah, I'll block it.
Okay, so let me get some damage numbers, because this is gonna be... Okay, so I have to roll the critical damage, and then there's extra damage. So it's 52 plus 10, because that extra damage would get doubled as well this turn. So 62 is the raw damage applied against your shield. How's your shield doing?
It would come out to 50 against the shield after hardness.
The hardness is 15, so it
Yeah,
would actually
that's what I meant.
let-
Oh, I already took that out. 65 minus 15 is, well, 50.
it's 62.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh,
62.
yeah, there you go. Never mind.
So it'd be minus 47 or whatever it is. Yeah, minus 47 instead of 50. So give yourself 3 more life in your shield.
I think it's busted anyway.
And her broken threshold is a quarter of half of that. If you remember the rules we were doing.
Yeah. And half of 104 is...
No. Half of the 52.
Oh.
Didn't we do like it was like?
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Didn't
So
we
the
halve
shield-
the broken threshold?
If this is the... Is it... Oh, which shield is it? There's like 4 different shields.
So like
It should
Yeah,
be her...
so her shield has 104
Sturdy
hit
shield.
points.
Yeah.
The sturdy shield. Okay, so it has 104 hit points. The normal broken threshold is 52. So then if we do half of that, it's 26. So once the shield
Yep.
gets down to 26 hit points, it's
Ah,
broken.
okay.
because she has a perk that increases the health, and I think the rule that Grim did was halving her broken threshold.
Yeah, well, it sort of works out the same, I guess. So.
Yeah. There's 2 ways you can do that math. They both functionally are the same thing. So does your shield still have more than 26 hit points, Gavrov?
Yeah, it's
There's
Yeah.
42 left.
22.
Okay, cool. So you still have a shield. Awesome. That is Tino's turn. Maracana, it is you.
fuck yeah.
Pretty neat how you just nullified a crit, though. Jesus.
Yeah. Is the bird person still flying?
Oh, yeah.
How high?
Wasn't it the dragon person who was
Oh,
flying?
sorry. The dragon person's flying. The bird person is not flying. I thought about flying and then I didn't. For reasons.
I mean, technically, can't 3 of us fly anyways, if need be?
Yep. Technically, all of us can if I have time to cast the spell.
So I have a question
Yeah.
specifically about fire.
It burns.
Jeez.
So if I take off and I'm above, because Shirigiku is really effing short. Sorry, Shirigiku. Love you.
Still taller than Hypa.
Sure.
If you're
Can
trying
I
to do
shoot this?
no, you
I want
could
to shoot
hit.
these two.
No, you can't hit both of them in the same line.
Damn. All right. Well,
I guess
Good
if you
move,
were
and then
standing directly in front of the bird and you could do it, but like you can't. Yeah, if you fly up to do it, because Yabin is about 20 feet in the air. So it's just yeah.
too high. Okay. Fuck it. Get wrecked.
Okay, so you're hitting Yabin and Takatora.
2 reflex rolls, please.
Woo! Okay, let's do it. Let's see here. I'm gonna do Yabin first. Roll your damage just so I have it handy. Reflex.
That is a lot of dice.
Yeah. Wasn't a very good roll, honestly, though.
There was a lot of ones in that.
There's one
Hey,
save.
saved. So he takes half damage. And then Takatora will take his save.
And that's a
Oof.
failure. Full damage.
Damage to Takatora, so you zap the both of them.
Burns. Burns. His brass.
Yeah, that hurts.
Fire.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
all I
yeah,
got.
it's
Moving.
Yep,
Yeah.
move. Okay. Then we go to Hypa.
Because focus spells are 2 actions, aren't they?
nearly always. Like, Deku's got a one-action one, but that's the exception rather than the rule.
Monks
Yeah,
are
'cause I thought they had
weirdos.
to specifically say they were one action.
Yeah,
Monks are weirdos. They have lots of one-action stuff.
yeah. Shit, all of hers are one-action, that's nuts.
Key Blast is 1 to 3, I think, if she has it.
Oh, yeah, how many you spend.
Can you
Right.
apply flat foot onto this target, please? I'm going to step, swing.
And that's the adjacency thing, right?
Yeah, gang up.
Yeah, okay.
As soon as I hit him with my sword, it's going to apply flat-footed for everyone anyway.
You're assuming you hit.
Yeah, what if you roll a whole bunch of ones?
Okay.
Which you didn't, but still.
Oh my god. Give me a damage roll as you dog slice into the bird.
Ouch.
Jeepers.
Damn.
Let him take the fire. Oh, yes, fire. And we're going to give him flat-footed, and the other one we're going to do is going to be make him take additional damage from my attacks. So that doesn't take effect to my next
Yep.
hit.
Yeah, well, one action left?
No. I've still got 2. I'm just trying to. It's
When
like I have
you
to
move.
commit the next action. Step, swing, step,
Okay,
shoot.
yep. Gotcha.
But I'm trying to work out where I'm going to step to shoot. You know what? Who cares?
He's up in the air, so he's not technically, flanking you.
Oh, I can't get flanked, but I'm more worried about the reaction to me shooting a gun in close range on him.
Oh, and the bird guy?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
So-
No.
the bird guy might be able to react to me shooting a range weapon. Not the bird guy, the guy.
He's too high up. He's 20 feet in the air. He can't react to that. Unless he's got a reach weapon.
Because when I hit someone with a sword, people can't react to my shot. The person I hit. So.
Oh no, the issue is that he's too far away. So he'd be like 15 feet away from you.
Damn it, I need
Right.
to fucking learn this stupid ability. Okay, oh my god, did you crit again?
Yes.
He did. Oh no. With his strongest weapon for critting. This is like fucking deadly D12, I think.
Yes, deadly D12.
Or fatal D12, whatever. Yeah, yikes.
Okay, so I get to do the critical damage.
And it has to make DC 30 or stunned.
Hey, give me 1 sec. I'm just trying to read something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll apply that damage, and then I have to make a fortitude save. Okay.
Oh jeez, yeah.
Yay!
It's fine.
It's fine.
And then he takes 12.
And then apply Enfeeble 1, please.
Got it. How is this supposed to work? It's
What are you
really-
trying to do?
Nothing. I'm looking at a thing that somebody has, but it's just like not working out for me. That's fine.
Oh.
It-
You know what?
it's a reaction that has a lot of range, but it requires your strikes to also work within that range. So it's annoying. Anyway. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, since I've hit this guy with my sword, he can't react to my gunshot, so I'm going to turn around and shoot the pumpkin in the balls above me.
Okay.
You specifically called in the balls, so that's a called shot.
That is a miss.
No.
So that takes us to Takatora. Right? That's 3 actions? Yeah. Okay. Oh, which of these do I want? do this one. Why not? Akatora is going to Blade Barrage against Giku, because I've got flat-footed for her. So watch this. I can actually do this the correct way. I get to make 5 consecutive strikes. See what happens.
Jesus.
First strike. Will hit. Yay! So that will do 21 damage. Second strike. Miss. Third strike. I will miss. Fourth.
Critical miss. Yeah.
Third strike. Jesus.
Oh no. Yeah,
Critical
it's just getting worse now. The map
Fourth
age brutal.
strike.
Oh, that'll do it.
There we go. So that'll
And-
do.
plus 2 damage because you hit it 2
Yep.
times.
So it does plus 2 damage. And
And-
it applies bleed. Then it does something else too. Where'd it go? It also applies stunned 1. How many strikes have I done? 4? I have 1 more.
I think that was 5, wasn't it? The last one was a hit.
No, I did a
Let's count 'em.
miss, hit.
Hit.
Oh,
Hit,
Oh.
miss, hit.
never mind.
So you
You've
got
done
3.
4.
Okay.
Got one more left.
That's 5. So you got a hit,
Yeah.
1, hit, miss,
Fit.
miss.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
counting 4.
I just counted 5. I'll count them again. Hit, 1, miss, 4, and then a hit, 5.
Yeah, that's it. That is it.
Okay.
Because it was a miss, crit, miss, crit, miss.
Alright.
Yeah, there are 2 crit misses in there. And then that is the end of that. I guess, let's see. We'll say that Tino got nicked a little bit in there. I'm going to come up with more creative answers for this in the future, but the Sword Barrage seems okay. And then that takes us to Gavrov. Oh, what just happened?
The 5
This is-
save on Takatora.
Okay, let's roll the recovery check. Nope. Apply the damage. There we go. Now Gavrov.
Gavrov angry.
Gavrov angry.
Oh my god. It's just brutal on these guys, these poor guys.
Tino just took a 42 in the face.
Damage. Let me just check. Damn it, I need Tino's character sheet real quick. Okay, go ahead, Gavrov. Just brutal. Ow. Poor Tino. I think you have 1 action left, Gavrov.
It's,
Hi, can you hear me?
hi.
Hi.
I think that was on my end, actually. That was weird.
Did you like DC or something?
I thought other people were, but then a bunch of weird crap happened with Discord. I think I disconnected I disconnected twice and I'm back. I think you have 1 action left, Gavrov.
No.
I only have 2 because of the.
Oh,
thing,
that's right. You're
Yeah.
slow.
Touch the stone.
Right.
So
Sorry.
she grabbed him.
I like
and
to
she
grab him.
sort of-
Okay.
She wants to do a fortitude save, and that's what we're waiting for you to do, so we know what the DC is.
Okay, 1 second. So the grab is from the second attack.
Yep.
And the fortitude save. What am I fortitude saving against?
So she doesn't get petrified, because it's the end of her turn. She has to roll a fortitude to either go up or down.
I'm assuming it would be Bean's spellcasting DC or something. Whatever that is.
Let me look it up. Sorry about that. That was wild. Where is my flesh to stone? The fortitude save is DC 32.
I guess you just roll it, Wanderer. Hey! I think that
Hey,
does it.
that's a pass. So let's see here.
It's a
on a
critical
failed
success because of Juggernaut.
That's a
Oh, it's
critical
crit,
success here.
so that just gets rid of it. So
Hooray!
get rid of slowed. You are not in danger of petrifying. I think that takes us to Dodgy.
Does. Alrighty. Yuki looks like in a bad way, but she's not critical yet.
Remember, I've given her 3 P flasks. She'll be fine.
That's true. So I can target. Birdman looks the most injured. So I'm gonna move about. That's 40 feet in it.
I sampled my batch from early this morning. It's very salty, this one.
Blech.
Peg another rooftop. Not amped. Oh, no, I'm not.
A critical miss flying off.
Flank
You're
the
throwing it
audience.
at third person.
Yeah, I think it just flies off into.
Roll
Get
a
some glass in the eye.
roll
I
any
roll-
dice. Odd as Hypa, even as Giku.
Wait, can we also have some of the bystanders possibly get hit?
So that's
I would love-
Giku. What's the base damage die of that?
That's a good question. Sorry. It's D6s.
Okay, roll a
8d6.
d6, and Giku's gonna take that because you wing that right into Giku.
Sorry.
He damages Giku, you get hit by another roof tile.
Back.
And that's, I think, your turn.
Yep. Sorry, I didn't mean
Okay.
to.
No, it's fine. It's Yabin's turn. He is still flying in the air. I can't do that. Damn it. Okay.
That's a reassuring laugh.
Yeah.
That's the I'm about to be an annoying little shit.
Grim's not little, it's like regular size, tall even.
What does that mean? Whatever, this sounds like fun. Reverse gravity.
Oh gosh.
And I think that's gonna hit just about
What is that? I'm
everybody.
just reading it.
It reverses gravity and moves you up. How far does reverse gravity move you? I want to look up the full spell.
I don't know, but is there a roof above us? Because if not,
Nope.
we're going to go up pretty high.
There's no roof above you. This is an open air arena.
It literally depends on.
A 40-foot tall cylinder.
Oh,
Okay,
so we just
cool.
float up
It's-
40 feet.
It's a 20-foot radius, a 40-foot tall cylinder.
Yeah.
Still
So we
looking-
go up, but then it says we fall back down.
Yeah.
After a minute.
Yeah, when it ends. So we're all going to be 40 foot up. But it counts as a fall because we hit the top of the cylinder, and it counts as like. So we all fall 40 foot up, I guess, and then we hit nothing, but we hit
We
air.
will when it ends.
But then we fall back down, and yeah, so like we're caught. It's like we're stepping upside down in the air. We're floating in the air like Dragon Ball Z characters, but upside down.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that's going to
yeah,
hit
and-
everybody
and what's-
except Dodgy, I think. So everybody else, you're all floating up in the air. And Yabin is going to fall to the ground. Except he's not. He's going to fall up. So you're all on a plane 40 feet above the air, upside down, and Yabin would take 1d8.
Well, it just reverses gravity, so he's now flying upside down. and
Yeah, but he
he's
didn't
flying.
move, so he just kind of like falls onto that plane. I guess he can make a quick reflex. No, he just takes 10 damage. Because that's how that works.
Is there damage at all? Or?
Yeah, you take, if you fall more than 10 feet, you take half the distance in falling damage. So he takes 10
So
damage.
So we all take 20 then, except for
Yeah.
me. And
So anybody who has
me,
no
you-
ability to stop fall damage is going to take 20 damage from falling 40
So-
feet upwards.
What if I have wings?
But you haven't got them out at the moment.
Yeah, you're not flying right now.
So, what's your catfall? Like, what does it say for catfall? I can't remember.
Depends on the skill of.
Trait falls is 10 feet shorter.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah.
an
So you
expert in
fall-
acrobatics,
Yeah, what's your acrobatics?
Master.
Master? So you can go to
It's like 50 feet, so it's fine.
me, Giku, and Wanderer take no damage.
Well, that's
Once the spell ends, like that's
well, that's unfortunate.
irrelevant right now.
No,
But it
because
was-
we still fall upwards and hit and then we fall back down. So for a minute, we're going to be fighting upside down. Hopefully, people don't mind fighting in the air like Dragon Ball Z characters.
But that takes us to Giku.
How long does it take me to whip out wings?
2 actions usually.
Oh.
Although I'm not really sure you need to, because like there's still a bird right in front of you. You can just beat
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, due to the nature of this, there's no real
Right.
difference except for
We're upside down
Dodgy.
in the air in the ceiling.
Dodgy's the only person that distance changes for it all.
Yeah.
You're 40 feet further from everybody.
Yeah. So I have to get closer, start chucking more roof tiles.
Also, if Wanderer comes back down, I got a funny feeling she's going to suplex Tino.
So,
Okay, then.
Although Dodgy, if you move into that cylinder, reverse gravity will affect you.
sweet.
Like a cannon to the sun, I think it would just launch him and he'd keep going, wouldn't he?
she's not even touching the ground, so probably
Do I use hand wraps or I already forgot or just fit?
Yeah, hand wraps.
hand wraps.
Or who's she
Oh
hitting?
boy.
The
Or
bird. But
critical.
he's
Oh my
Gonski.
god. Oh, damn it. I hit it. Oh, I put it on the wrong person. Hold on.
You might want to click the fire you put on him off as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of it. Okay, bird person. No, stop it. I want to target bird person. Stop. Ah, there we go. Can I click on bird person? It's not letting me select the token. I'm just going to apply this directly. There. He is not unconscious.
Holy crap.
He's a tanky bird.
Missed.
Rip.
So frustrating. So that's what, 2 attacks?
Well,
Yeah,
there's,
I'm done.
there's a third.
Oh,
You
okay.
also got to apply the negative effect on him. The 2D negative and then feeble one.
That's already on him.
It is.
Or is there more? He's already
There's
got
more.
enfeebled and bleed.
She applied disrupt key on him.
No, that's already
Disrupt.
on him.
Is it?
That's been on him for a while.
I didn't see the negative damage tick on him. That's all.
The negative damage happens on his turn, which hasn't happened.
So there's no icon for it, is it?
There is. He has flat-footed, persistent damage, and enfeebled.
Persistent damage is from my burn. That's fire persistent damage. It's fire. I thought the disrupt key was like 3 slashes of like black.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that had happened. So no, I didn't realize it had happened. Okay, negative damage.
Now he will die.
Another level of enfeebled. Okay, cool. So he's enfeebled 2. Sorry. Okay. Then we go to Tino. Damn it, I did it again. I'm terrible at remembering this guy's reactions. That's super annoying. Whatever. Okay, Tino is going to be Tino and continue piling into Giku, because...
Giku, take your 5 bleed damage since you're bleeding. There you go.
Is there a recovery check in there at all?
Didn't pop up for one.
I see it.
I
Giku, can you roll the recovery check on that bleed damage just to see if you don't actually take it? You do. Okay. Okay. Then Tino's gonna do Flurry of Blows, and he'll get 4 attacks out of that, so I'm just gonna do them. But I should probably target Giku before I start doing that. So, Fist 1. Fist 2. Hey, I hit somebody. There's the damage for his second punch, 28. The third punch will hit. So that one will do 26. And the fourth final punch at the full map. Well, critically missed. I'll do another 1d6 against himself. So that's 2 hits, Giku, against you.
I lost track.
There's a damage for 28 and a damage for 26.
Okay.
And then it is Murakana's turn, upside down in the air. Oh wait, Tina has to roll
Let the
something.
recovery. The recovery checks be good.
How high am I?
Okay. You're 40 feet in the air.
When it's like upside down, it's like a
Yeah,
new
you're just
form of
upside
gravity.
down in the air.
Alright, and he's on the ground.
No, he's
No.
up with us as well.
All of you
Everyone,
are-
everyone's in the air.
Yeah.
Imagine Dragon Ball Z, except
Fantastic.
we're all upside down, standing on air because gravity is forcing us down, but gravity is forcing us up. So we're kind of standing, floating. What would one say in the air?
So you're going for a 34 against that's a hit. Four damage.
He's not healthy.
Ooh.
30, that would be... He's got flat. He wouldn't have... Did anybody apply persistent flat-footed on him from anything? Just
He's grabbed, so
He's
yes.
grabbed, so that's a hit. Yep, so that's a hit, so roll your damage.
Good night, sweet prince.
Oh no, there was 2 ones in that. 3 ones. Oof.
Oof.
He's still hovering.
So if I go for a punch, do I start back over at strike
No.
25? Or do I?
No.
Okay.
All strikes accrue that multiple
Progress.
attack penalty.
Damn.
You
It's
could go
just-
for it for finesse. Just do it for finesse. Go for the punch.
27, which
Ah!
would be 28, 29. That will not hit.
Damn it. Alright, that's all my attacks.
Hypa, it is your turn.
I'm gonna risk the reaction from the bird guy who I'm currently like fighting, and shoot the Yabin in the air. I don't know if he has a reaction.
He does.
Oh shit!
Okay, so the first thing, So 40 will hit you, Bean. So let's resolve that, and then I'll do the reaction. Just to keep it safe. Or keep it simple. So you're shooting... You're shooting Yabeen. Okay, so it'll do the damage to Yabeen. God damn it. He is not dead.
He's got 4 health left. Everyone knows that he's going to bleed to death next turn.
Don't know why this is being such a bitch to me right now. You did 18 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Then I'm going to target you. I can change targets, no problem. Tengu Blade on you. That is a hit for...
It's actually a miss.
Using a reaction.
No, it's given me flat-footed apparently because of the position of the tokens. See how it says target has flat-footed -2? I don't have flat-footed because I can't be flat-footed to targets the same or lower level.
Yeah, but your AC is still 35.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter. It still says hit by 1.
Flat-footed minuses my armor by 2. So
Your armor's 35 though.
Yes,
usually.
but that would be a 34 then.
Yeah, but the
You know what I
roll
mean?
didn't add a 2 to it. He rolled a 10 plus 26.
It said it hit by +2, +1. But then if I get 2 AC from the flat-footed, that's weird. That's very weird.
No, what? Why would you get 2 AC from...
It says target has flat-footed -2, right? So that takes 2 off my armor, and then it said it hit by +1. That's weird. Anyway, I think it hits regardless. It's just really weird how
it hits. I'm not sure what the math is doing there, but it hits you.
Yeah.
That's
very
interesting. Might have to pay attention to that. We should look at that next.
It looks like it's applying flat-footed to me because someone's on the opposite end of me. That's what I was just saying. Like, I don't have flat.
It's saying it's there, but it's not using it in any way.
Yeah.
Because it rolled a 36, and it's still saying your AC is 35, which is your AC. So it's hitting you by 1.
Yeah. So it didn't use it, but it put it in there for whatever reason. Or maybe it didn't use it because I'm into flat-footed. I don't know. Anyway,
that might be it. Anyway, 20 damage.
Alright, so I'm going to long jump off the blade that is swung at me and jump using it to lunge myself towards 20 feet down in the gravity towards Yabeen, and I'm going.
Oh, he's not in the air anymore. He's standing next to you on the plane. He's not flying.
Oh, is he? Oh, I thought you had him fly.
He didn't move. He didn't move, so he lost flight. So he'd have to re-fly. If that makes sense. You don't have to jump to hit him. He's just there next to you.
Alright, that changes what I was going to do then. So, I'm going to go for a swing on him.
Okay. That will miss.
And then going to forcibly suplex him midair. No!
Whatever that was, it doesn't work. What you?
He flails erotically in the air.
Like sumos. I'm just grappling hold of his pants. Like, what are you doing?
Okay. So that'll take us to Tektora then. Who's somehow not dead, and you're all next to each other. What will Tektora do? Does he go after Giku or does he go after Hypa? I think he goes after Giku again. Just trying to get somebody down. Who am I? Why are you doing this? Stop it. There we go. It's not letting me select tokens correctly.
You're targeting him now?
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm just trying to do this. There we go. Target Giku. Okay, so I'm gonna do another 5. Strike 1.
Can I shield warden that, or
Do you have to be adjacent to the ally or adjacent to the
adjacent to
attacker?
the ally?
You can shield that.
Yeah.
So what's a 44 against your shield? This is super annoying.
I just cook it in the bin.
No, it's not mobile internet. It's the fucking connection I pay $100 a month for.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm very not happy right now because it's literally the only internet connection I can get at my house. What I was trying to ask was if a 44 hits your shield, right? So I'm just going to roll the damage for that.
Yes.
So it's 24 damage minus the resistance or whatnot on the shield.
Yeah, we don't talk birds, so we couldn't understand what you're saying.
No, I realized that. I was just trying to... Apparently, my wonderfully expensive American internet is absolute shit tonight. I'm just going to keep saying Comcast and Xfinity on this stream, so hopefully when I post it, it'll piss them off. It's pissing me off right now. So that was the first attack. It'll do 24 damage against your shield, Gavrov. I'm going to do the second attack. Which, now I'm not targeting anyone anymore. Thanks.
It's a
I
misregardless.
know, I'm so annoyed.
Yeah,
Okay.
Daiji Wanderer's already taken the 9 damage on the ship.
Oh, okay, cool.
Ah, well, there's a third miss. Let's go for a fourth.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
These rolls, man.
I mean, you did have one good one, but
Hey! I hit once.
Hit by 0. Jeez, yeah.
So I guess I get to do 1 slice of damage. I guess I could say, yeah, you know what? It makes sense. And with all of those critical misses, he manages to nick Tino again, and it actually knocks Tino out. So we're going to remove
Rip.
Tino from the combat order. Takatora looks kind of horrified at what's going on with that. Uh-oh. And there's a lot of stuff I
Takatora
have
has
to
to
roll.
take 19 damage.
No. I was like, wait.
1 failure? What was the second failure?
No, that's not a failure.
Hey!
Oh, he takes 12 damage.
Where is the 12?
No, 2d10, isn't it? Oh, yeah.
He rolled the damage already. He's just saving against it.
Yeah. Oh, I see, I see.
Takatora takes the damage. Gavrov, you're no longer holding Tino, because Tino's...
yeah.
He got knocked down by
Deadly,
25.
deadly
I
lay him to the ground.
I think you should lift him up and throw him at your beam, just for the sake
No,
of
that's
it.
bad sportsmanship.
Also, Gavrov's good, so.
You're so lucky I'm not like a giant like humanoid like you are. I'd be like throwing my weight around.
Anyway, Gavrov, what would you like to do as you walk on air 40 feet above the ground?
Need to establish if we can actually move. That's the thing I was worried about.
Can I move?
Yeah, you can move, so you can basically walk on that plane in the air as if it was the ground. It's incredibly disorienting, but you can do it.
Hope you're not afraid of heights.
Going for Takatora, hits by 6. Roll your damage. Select a token. I've selected the token. Why? Why? Oh, that's why.
What's wrong?
Takatora is down as you fan the bird
Slap him.
into unconsciousness.
Fan the bird. Because she's already fanning him.
Oh, poo.
Does that increase the fire on them? Or slowly cook them?
I'm gonna say.
KFC.
I'm gonna say.
Oh
so
god,
that's
now we're
a
gonna get Scarecrow in
crit.
here.
now we get to do. I'm gonna swap it up. Give me
She hits me, which spins me, and can I then roll like a fortitude save to get like feel sick because I'm upside down? My character doesn't like being in water, and I feel like I'm in water to vomit.
No, you don't vomit. You never vomit. Give me a reflex save, Gavrov. You almost dropped the fan, but managed to keep your grip on it. Carry on.
Bobbles.
Strike, is there another? Oh no, there's move, strike, strike.
I'm finished, yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Dodgy, you're on the ground looking at this tableau of people fighting on nothing 40 feet above you.
Sweet.
What would you like to do?
40 feet? Oh, okay. I can probably... How far is this? That's 30 feet, so I have to get closer.
Cross into that area, you're going to get hit.
I'll fly out.
Gravity. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as I'm closer to him, it's alright.
Yeah. Do you take fall damage? You don't even hit the ground.
No. I have legendary acrobatics as well, so I can't
you
take fall
also
damage.
wouldn't hit the ground because of your curse.
Yeah, she's just constantly floating.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, I wanted to say that she's like a low.
She just goes upside down, that's all.
She just kind of like floats.
I'd like to say, like, because of like, you know, a very lightweight object going into like an accelerator, it like shoots up in the air like a cannon, and they just keep going up through the gravity.
Yeah, it's still no. That would be mean. Heal versus living. Okay.
I heal Giku for 78.
Jesus.
Oh, they changed it now. It's got like a fancy icon and color and shit.
It does, doesn't it? The damages all have colors now. Which is nice.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Then that will take me to Yabin. Yabin is kind of looking around rather demoralized.
Why's that?
This. Oh. What can he do? That's cool. No, that's annoying. I already did that. I don't want to do that. I think Yabin is just gonna, he's just gonna kind of like hunker down, and decide to whip out his staff and just have a go at this. Because he's pretty sure he's not gonna win. But
Fireball.
Doesn't want to surrender.
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't want to surrender. He's just gonna like.
Doesn't want to look bad to Tino. Tino is expecting him to try his hardest.
Yeah, like he's just like, well, I guess this is what it is. And Hypa, he is just gonna lay into you. So he is going to bow staff you once.
I'm gonna counter headbutt his staff.
24 is gonna freaking fail. He's gonna try again. And he's gonna try again. And it's
like watching dodgy melee.
I think I've had one roll over 10 all night. Anyway, he just whiffs. He's like just trying with the bow staff and whiffing. It is Giku's turn. Like, this is that Firefly episode with the duo where the guy's like, don't look, it won't take long now.
God, I missed that show.
The amount of swings that are going to come out of this, if Kasetsu hits, there's a high chance it's going to be brutal. Can you put flat-footed on him for me?
That's
Jesus. How many crits is that for you? Like, far out.
Yeah, can you put flat-footed on him as well for a sec?
Yeah. Hey, did you key strike already, Giku?
Yes.
You can't key strike again. You can only do it. You have 1 focus point.
Thought I had 3.
Do you?
I have 3.
I see 1 focus point in the pool.
I think she had 2 at one point.
Did she?
Yeah, I had 2. I thought
Okay.
I got 3 from the last level up.
It's usually if you pick up a feat that gives it to you.
Why is the focus pool...
Just double check.
I'm just trying to figure out why it's just showing me 1.
It's probably bugged. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, okay, never mind. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me...
Yeah, I had more.
I know she had 2. I'm not sure about 3, but I'm pretty sure she had 2 at least.
I'm
I thought I
happy
had
to go
3.
with 2 at least. Well, you have 3 key abilities, so you should have 3 focus points.
Because usually, yeah, when you pick up a key ability,
every time
it gives you a
get one,
focus
add
point.
one. So you should have 3, because monks are like that. Nobody can ever get more than 3 focus points, but that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So the critical hit, let me apply that. The right person. There's the critical hit. He has to make Fortitude saving throw. Passes. Is there persistent damage I have to put on in here?
And it automatically goes on when you take the damage.
It did. Okay, so then Hypa, you want to get your backstab.
Yeah.
Get your backstab.
Yeah.
Who's this? That's crit.
And when I crit, I'm going to make Wanderer get a reaction. Wanderer, get your swing on. Join in on this brutally beatdown.
Oh. All out of juice.
Hypa, take like 4 damage as Gavrov fans you.
Why are you hitting me? I told you hit him!
Kiku, it's your turn again. Or your act again. Oh, okay. Do you see that, Hypa? Do you see how it adjusted the AC that time?
Yeah, I told you that when
it-
you hit one,
it-
Iku,
It didn't actually change it. Anyway.
he's immune to flat-footed, is he?
No. It's applying to him. It's fine. Just do your damage, Giku. Yeah, Giku, that's... yeah.
I'm not saying that though.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, somebody's
No,
saying
no.
that. Giku.
I can't brain that much.
I was just looking up the rules.
But the
So
good
apparently I
news
lost-
is Yabin. You knock him out.
Dead.
No, I have 1 more strike.
The
Punch
bad
him on the
news...
ground. It's
Punch you in the head.
Punch him.
Actually, that's not a concentration spell, so it just keeps happening.
Yeah.
As you guys finish, Yabin off. Haojin stands.
I always finish last.
That's horrible. Haojin stands and raises her hand, and you get to move directly into the monster fight. And she pulls
Interesting.
through 2 planar rifts, 2 giant demonic bear-looking things. And I'm going to add these to combat and roll them into the initiative. Fix the initiative order.
What about the wounded on the floor?
They're
Projectiles.
they're not dead. They're just unconscious.
If I can use them for telekinetic strike. Would they be counted as objects now?
I think they would.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that would be hideous, but quick pause.
You're trying to make an impression on them, Elian, using them as projectiles.
Well.
I know you're evil, but like, jeez.
Wait, no, there's a weight limit to telekinetic
Yeah.
projectile.
I'm
2
gonna
bulk.
step away for 1 second because I have to go to the bathroom, but then we're gonna roll right into the monster exhibition. And Haojin sits back down as she summons these monsters, and I'm gonna stand up and be right back.
If you still have an action point left, Giku, I would drink the pea flask.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's why I healed you, so... Well, you do have... Oh, no, you used your key points.
No, I
yeah.
used them all because I was thinking about maybe using the wholeness of body, but I'm like, it'd probably be better if I smack someone with that last point.
It's alright. Just think
I
of
don't-
the
I burned all
P-Fluff
mine
as a
too.
wholeness of body for you. It's got the necessary electrolytes and salts your body is missing.
Oh my god.
Still not as bad as Kale.
Yeah, I
I've
can't
never
eat
tried
kale.
that. What is that? I guess it's a vegetable or something?
Yeah.
The leafy green that also has oxalates in it, which are bad for my kidneys.
Yeah. Also, American, I can barely hear you. Oh,
There you
we
go. You might as well heal that and then...
Kale is delicious as long as it's like cooked in something fatty. That's basically what you.
That defeats all purpose.
But
Shut you! I'm making it good again. Make kale great again.
Covered in
Oh,
cheese and it's good.
hey, I mean, how else do you know it's American food? It's
You
like
gotta
deep fried
fry
Mars
it.
bars.
You gotta bread it,
Oh,
fry it.
shots fired.
Hey, I'm not. Hey, they're great. It's just that, oh my gosh, they're not good for you. I could feel my heart stopping.
That is by design.
Yep.
I just want to point out that Heart Attack Cafe has claimed like 16 people at this point.
Jesus, really?
I'm not even
Alright.
joking. They have had multiple people just straight up and die.
That
At the
sounds
table?
like they should get shut down. Like, I don't know. That being said, there are theoretically adults going by their own free will to that restaurant to eat that, so I don't know.
It's just a more extreme version of McDonald's or something, really. So
Yeah.
Just to fill you in what you
So-
missed.
Yeah. Did I disconnect again?
He's not a
Shredded
middle
dragon.
American dragon. Yeah, he's just a shredded dragon. Just pure muscle.
God
Shredded
damn
dragon.
it. So this is only the audio part of Discord that I'm having issues with. It's really annoying.
Huh.
Like,
Did you at least hear my comments about Cassetto drinking the pea flask?
none of it.
It gave her the necessary electrolytes and salts that her body was missing.
Yeah, sorry, I agree with Wanderer.
I'm having a ball. I'm the one that
Wait,
makes
did you have her heal in...
it was her last action point for her turn.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then it's Americana's turn now we're waiting
yeah.
for. I assume we're just going straight from where we
yeah,
are.
we're going straight in. I just do want to say, as this happens, I do want to give you the description of these things before we get into them, just so you have at least the non-recall knowledge description. So these things are massive six-legged combinations of bears and dragons. They have horns on their head, they're covered in scales, and they have a fire-breathing serpent as a tail. They're also wrapped
Interesting.
in animated chains.
Would Daiji know it? Like, if they're devils, I don't know if they are.
Dragon bear.
Yeah, but like some devils can look kind of like that. That's all.
I will say
If she recognizes them, that's all.
They're
At
not-
glance.
you don't recognize them as a devil, you know. If you want more, you'll have to do recall knowledge. But it is
Okay, fair enough.
Murder's turn.
Alrighty.
Bleed. Oh, recovery first, because that's all.
I need to look. Does
And bleed for fun.
They are also on the ground. You guys are 40 feet in the air.
Yes.
What,
Nice.
I'm having a. I can't remember if my dragon form attack is more powerful than my axe.
I'm pretty sure your axe is
Yeah, axe is
traveling
strong.
about.
Your axe
Yeah.
is much better. If you can hit with an axe, it's your best.
Yeah, if you crit with your axe, it's insane. You're like the hardest hitting character out of everyone.
The only issue is, of course, you're much more mobile in your dragon form. So,
Alright, y'all remember the episode of, or the movie, the Avengers movie with Thor, where he goes to whatever the Dark World? It's not Dark World, no. Either way, Hulk comes out and he just screams, yes.
yep.
Yeah, that's what Americana does when he sees these things. Yes! It's an odd mixture of excitement and arousal.
Cassettes will take the 5 damage.
That I did.
It didn't pop up on the list.
Click the wrong thing. Health.
Oh, I need to get the bestiary out. Don't I? God damn it. Is this
Fix it for me. I fucked it up.
You have to take 7 damage now. Oh no.
No, 5.
No, she
And
healed
then-
the vibe.
Oh no, she needs to take.
8. She has to take 8 damage now.
Hmm.
Someone make her take 8 damage.
Yeah, I'll do it. Hang on.
I messed my glasses up. I got like a smudge across them.
book is this in?
Right. So, are we just going straight in now? Americana is leading the charge.
Yep.
I think so.
It's
He
Americana's
yells
turn.
heroically.
Is he just gonna run out and fall?
I
Think
mean,
so.
how far can I jump from 40 feet? And what's the fall damage?
I would say it's like falling. I wouldn't say it's
Fall
jumping.
damage is falling. So it's 20 damage less whatever anything else you have that changes it.
Do you have resistance to blunt? I don't think so.
No, I think he's just like.
So I think
falling
I'm pretty sure that's what falling damage does usually.
Bestiary 2, that's what I want.
Because I want to do because I'm trying to remember the rules for jumping.
You don't,
I'm
like
trying
you're
to-
You
40
can't
foot in the air.
jump, you're in the air. If
You're
you
falling.
leave the gravity circle, you fall. Full stop. That's it.
Oh, okay.
But-
So there's nothing to jump off of. Damn.
No, you're 40 foot in the air. So like literally, if Grim will let you, you can run with momentum and fall that distance and land on them if you want. But you're gonna take 20 damage no matter what you do because you can't stop yourself from falling.
He does have quick jump, so he can do it. Yeah, with one action instead of 2. So there's
Yeah,
that.
but like you can't really jump upside
yeah,
down. Then you
no,
just
there's
accelerate.
nothing-
You accelerate your fall if you jump while you're upside down. That's how I see it. So like literally, the best thing he wants to do is just run straight out and hack into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to do
Just run at them, I
split
think.
charge. Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, you
just
can get
run and
there.
fall.
You get there, you'll just take 20 damage.
Just mad barbarian.
You're just
So you-
falling out of the sky
You
screaming.
take
You're like,
20
"Rah!"
damage minus whatever, if you have any resistance.
I should, but I'm not gonna look it up. I don't care.
You do, but to fire, not to blunt.
Okay, so you take 20 damage. So do that, and then you can make your attack.
As he lands, screaming wildly. Oh,
Oh, Becky.
a falling friggin' barbarian from the
The
sky
flying
is
fucking
Dane.
star.
Okay, you got your crit.
Jesus. Good day, sir. May I interest you in attacks?
Yeah, on a critical hit, it has to succeed on a DC 24 fortitude save.
What the frick is that? Thrasper.
Holy
It's good
shit.
there.
Holy
I think
shit.
even if it rolls a 1, it might pass the DC 24.
It
battle.
would.
Uh,
Yeah.
It would go down by 10 if it's a 1, but yeah.
Yeah, but even so, I think it might pass.
But yeah, 36 modifier is pretty nuts. So
Oof.
That's
that
a
misses.
critical failure. Make a reflex save to see if you drop your axe.
That's a critical fail. Oh, damn. Okay, where's my
28 is, yeah.
Yes, that's critical failure.
These guys are going to be tough. We're going to have to butcher
Ooh.
them.
Oh, no.
Oh God. That's way lower than the level DC. That's yeah. You drop your axe. It's in your square, but you drop your axe, Murakana.
All right, works for me.
I think that's your
So I have
turn.
to grab it next time.
That's my move.
Okay. Hypa, you up.
Damn your short legs.
I'm just going to have to do the same thing. I'm going to have to run and and fall down and land next to Americana.
Okay,
I've started a trend.
so that's 20 damage.
And I land gracefully on my feet and just brush myself off.
You have that thing that negates it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I'm just going to join in on the party. Can you apply flat-footed to it? Because after I hit it as well, it's going to have flat-footed for everyone. And I get flat-footed for Americana being here.
Yep.
Oh no.
If I hit it, you'll have to remove flat-footed once if I don't make it.
Yeah, I know.
That's, I think, your only turn because it's like 2 for you to get there, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think you're not sure, Giger. So yeah, it was 2 actions.
I thought it was 1, but yes, you're right. It could have been 1 if I could have high jumped, but I don't think you can jump off air. So
Yeah,
Probably not.
you basically leave the cylinder and gravity returns. It's not like you can.
yeah,
If anything, it would
Magically.
make you go faster. So if anything, it might increase fall damage mentally because you would be accelerating fast. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that takes us to the Brasphere. What
No.
do I want to do? Well, step 1, it's going to attack the little guy.
Oh.
It's going to attack Hypa. So it's
It
going to
hits-
make strike 1.
it's going to hit like a truck.
It's going to whip
God.
its chains out at you.
Oh, 52.
And it gets 52, which is a critical.
Yeah, shit. Even against Gavrov.
It's
Alright.
going to do 62 damage, and you are knocked prone.
My shield's
free.
nearly out of juice as well, so.
I might repair it. Like I'm going to spend an action repairing your shield.
Second action, it
If you
is
survive.
going to. Oh. It's going to chain you, Murakana. $48.
Oh, baby.
Crit.
I think that's a crit.
Oh baby,
Yeah.
oh baby, a triple.
Oh, these things get hard.
So that's 70 damage, Murakana, and you are prone.
Jesus.
We might be in some trouble here, guys.
I'm just gonna
I recommend we take attacks from long range.
find some prone here.
We're gonna have to butcher it quickly. Remember, there's 2 of them.
Don't even
Yep.
bother putting
Then,
prone. 'Cause I'm just
uh,
gonna kip up, my man.
Let's see here.
Oh,
Let's
wow.
see here.
It matters it hitting us.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
it's until it's your turn, you can't use it.
And then Hypa, it's gonna swing back to you for the. Oh, let's see here. Slashing. Ooh. It's gonna try
Oh,
and
no.
stab you with its horns.
Oh, thank the gods.
Aw. And that's the end of that one's turn.
I like how
it's your
even with
turn.
a penalty of fucking 10 and a roll of 3, that's still a 25. Scary. A very good modifier.
They gave you a cupcake fight. Now you got this fight.
Yep.
So yeah, Gavrov, it's all you.
Ain't a sudden charge.
Okay. Do you have any way to mitigate the fall damage?
That cat hole.
Okay.
It's just warriors like screaming and falling from the sky. It's funny.
That will hit. Or let's see. 21. Okay.
Can I react?
You're
It's a new
prone. Can you react while you're prone?
I don't see why not. It's a swing. You can normally swing while you're prone, can't you?
I think so. I just want to check if there's a penalty. You get a -2 to attack rolls.
Yes, I'll take it. Flat-footed, please. I need it.
Okay. Nope.
Fucking goddamn you, prone. I'd also applied the miss on there, on the prone. See?
Oh, nice.
It applied the prone already. Oh, that's
Oh.
me. That's me done.
Nice. Okay. Gavrov's second hit is a 43, which is a hit.
Jesus.
Oh, she's gonna grab it.
Yeah, if I'll grab it.
Okay. How many sizes up can you grapple?
I thought we just it was 3 because she's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because
all-
she's got
it's all-
legendary.
Okay. I've applied it. Okay, I gotta apply the damage. Done.
That's me.
Dodgy. You're up.
Alright, I'm gonna get the fuck away from the other one then. I don't want to be anywhere near that thing.
Keep in mind the other one's grabbed as well. So
Grabbed. What?
yeah, one's grabbed. So
Oh, yes. Yeah, that means I can get close to this one and not the one that's south. Because that seems dangerous. And because I'm out of focus points, that is very annoying for this upcoming fight. So I will cast Divine Inspiration and give myself all of my focus points back.
Okay.
And that's my turn, because that's 2 actions, I think. Yeah.
The next Thrasphere. How many actions is this?
I also get a 6
That
level
doesn't work. Okay. Okay, then... Sorry, I'm just trying to look at what I can do. That's the wrong one. I want this one. I just want to open your character sheet, buddy. So he has a speed of that. So it will go 40. And then it will go
it's hunting dodging.
another 40.
Get away from me!
And it will, that's within 15 feet. It is going to whip some of those animated chains at Giku.
She's
Oh, no.
40 foot in the air.
Oh, she is. That's
Yeah.
right. You're right. It can't do that.
Oh man.
What does that do? Oh, it doesn't do anything. Okay, I guess it will move again.
I'm coming for that booty.
Hi, buddy.
Oh no.
It's Kiku's turn. They're just kind of like it lumbers in this weird like 6-legged gait as it kind of like charges
Can you
across the floor.
remove stunned on Kasetsu? Because it's been like 3 turns of stunned. I'm assuming it drops down every turn.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, she had stunned one. There we go. Actually, it is it okay. Whatever. Sure.
Oh, is it meant to get? Sorry.
How am I still flat-footed?
Don't know.
You're not? Oh. Yeah.
I think you're flat-footed because of stunned. I assume. Or-
There.
Yeah, but it should have.
Ah,
There was a lot of crap happening in there.
would it possibly to move?
You have enough movement. You could run around the creature 3 times and then end up behind it, Kasetsu.
I'm trying to
Ye-
figure out how to flank this giant ass thing.
You can go there. It just costs you double movement to go through an enemy. That's all.
Keep in mind you
What?
don't technically have to flank it because
Oh,
it's currently
wait.
grabbed by Wanderer. So you've
Depending on the enemy, of course, they might have like reactions to stop you from moving through them and shit.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, logically speaking, if she was going to
So-
flank something, she would run around it, but just
Oh yeah, just run around it.
for the sake of, like, not having to, like, make her move around it and can out her movement steps, she's got 100, like, nearly 100 movement, isn't it? Or more.
Her movement is 60, so she could just run 120 feet around it.
Around it and come out the other side, so if she wants to go the other side, it's 2 actions, by the looks of it.
Yes.
And she could end up anywhere.
Yeah, with 2 actions, you can end up anywhere around it. It's fine.
Well, maybe I'll just go for this one instead.
Thank you, because it's gonna get Jesse me.
I want to use the tumbling thingy on it.
Tumble
tumbling
through. Or
Yeah.
let's see what that one is. Tumbling strike is an action. Attempt an acrobatics check against the reflex save of an enemy adjacent to you. No, you can't until you're
Can't.
Oh yeah, she moved down and then she's, I guess, wants to try it out, so she's...
Well, I can move here, and then I want to go through.
Um,
Can I move there and then go through?
you can go there and then try to tumble strike through for an action. Yeah. So you would do an acrobatics check against the reflex save.
Go.
Trying to find that button.
Just under,
Skills.
Skills, yeah. And then go acrobatics.
That's a 44. That will pass. Let's see here. A 44 against 38. Yeah, that's a pass.
And then put flat-footed on it so she gets
Yep.
the bonus.
And then I use wraps.
Yeah, hand wraps.
Just wait till he puts flat-footed, because then you get additional bonuses.
Did I
Doesn't
not
matter.
roll?
Irrelevant.
Give it the finger.
You got a crit. Yep.
Oh jeez.
She does get bonus damages off flat-footed, though.
Not a rogue, so I don't see why she would.
She's a shadow dancer. She gets bonus dice on flat-footed stuff, I've noticed.
It's an automatic sneak attack.
Yeah,
Why is
so
this
flat-footed
not
is the sneak
letting me?
If it's
Oh
not
my
flat-footed, then she does get the sneak attack bonus.
I'm trying to apply flat-footed, but it's not doing anything. I'm having internet issues. God damn it.
Because I don't have permissions.
I think you just get additional 1d6 damage on a sneak attack. Like, you don't have as many dice as I do.
Yeah. So just roll your damage and then roll a d6.
Is it not doing anything?
We may have it all DC'd from the server. Did you hit
Hey.
critical?
Yep, there it went. I just got a lost connection. God damn it.
Well,
This
there we
isn't
go.
even
So it's not-
me. There's
No,
something
this is
going
the-
on with the internet tonight.
I've pushed it twice now, so I don't want to click
I'm
anymore.
sure. So my stream view just said it lost connection, so I'm assuming something is happening with the internet tonight in general.
the server's down. Do we hit refresh or just wait?
I would wait, because if the connection comes back, it won't make you reload. I don't think. Although I could try reloading the game, but that'll reload for everyone.
Yeah, just checked. I can't type. Oh, it
Oh,
was
I
like
can't
left in the
do
game, but
anything.
Yeah, it's like we've lost the server's completely gone. That's what.
Damn.
I'll try to refresh. Just see what happens.
This is wild.
Creatures hit us so hard that we lost internet connection. Americana.
Like, Discord audio is not working. Forge hosting is having issues.
With America.
I feel like...
We just got
well,
shit internet.
I don't think that Forge is hosted in America. Oh no, they do have a American hosting. Is Forge down? Anyone's Forge Asia server crapping out? Yep. Asia's down. Did the whole site just die? This has been happening intermittently all night. This went down. More moon.
have to pause and call it a night then?
In the middle of such a major fight, I'd be so frustrated if we had to stop.
If the site doesn't work.
I'm in the Forge Discord too. So I'm just trying to figure out. Hey guys, I just posted a video on delay. It looks like a bunch of people just had the server go down. I'm just waiting to see if this comes back. USA just went down. Oh. Yep. Somebody's final boss fight just crashed. That sucks. Oh my god.
Technically, like these guys are like our first hardest boss fight we've had. So like, I can understand their pain.
Oh yeah, if it was your last session of a campaign and you're fighting the big bad evil, oh my god. How long do you think it's gonna take for people to start bitching about something? Like, I hate the Forge Discord because then people just get like immediately start screaming, and it's like, guys, chill out.
But at the same time, they're offering a service, so like you expect it.
Oh yeah, I get so because I work in a field that deals with this stuff all the time. Unfortunately, unless you're like Google, your websites go down from time to time. Because like the last time this happened, they got hit by a really coordinated attack, and it took the server
DDoS.
out. Yeah, and it's like I get being like on one hand, like yeah, that sucks.
Wizards of the Coast have been doing targeting striking on other people to try and get people back.
Yeah, it's just like it's like sometimes assholes attack websites, and the ability for cyber attackers at this point to swarm anything but Google or Facebook or something like that it's so lopsided that it's like, yes, I'm not happy that we're going to probably have to call the session tonight, but like I'm also
there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, like I'm not going to go rant at these guys because like I'm sure they're just as upset about it as we are. Like it sucks, but like what are you going to do? The threat abilities of attackers versus, because like Forge
Honestly,
is not that big of a company. Like
what do we bet
Anyway.
we're getting attacked by the one D&D fan that wants to stick by Wizards of the Coast?
well,
Probably not, but you never know.
they walked I don't know if anybody saw what I posted, but they walked it back like
Yeah, I saw they went
motherfuckers.
back.
They not only
I
walked
didn't have much choice.
Now we're at like 2.1, and then
no
The last thing was 2.2.
No.
1.2, sorry.
No, so earlier on Friday afternoon or midday Friday, they said we're not gonna do any more shit to revoke 5.1 or 1.0a, and they released the entire Dungeons and Dragons 5e SRD as Creative Commons, which is wild. It's like the most permissive license. They basically said all of the 5th edition SRD is now public domain. So
is that them abandoning content? Have they just fully abandoned it?
No, they haven't abandoned it. What they basically did is said everything in the SRD now is 100% forever fair game. Like they literally released a PDF that had the Creative Commons license in it. So they basically opened the barn door and let it out for the SRD, which is like the core rules of 5th edition. So they gave up. They ended the fight. That's it. Like there's nothing they can do ever again. It's not a perfect resolution because there's like 3rd edition and 3.5, and they didn't do it for the prior editions, but for 5th edition, the game is now
but they're winning the community over. But then for 6th edition, the next one that they move on to,
I don't care.
They're
I
gonna.
don't care what they do for 6th edition because it doesn't affect it anymore. Like it doesn't like the whole idea that like they were going to revoke 1.0A, which could stop our Pathfinder game. That's gone. They're not going to do it anymore. So, or at least they aren't going to. They're saying they're not going to do it. So, from my perspective, I don't care what they do with 6th edition. Like, if they make a
But,
good game, great. I'll buy it and play it. If they make a shit game,
but
it
what I
doesn't
mean is that
impact
the
it.
damage they done to themselves, even with
Oh
doing
yeah,
this, is still irrevocable, right? Like it's just like
some of the damage is irrevocable. Yeah, like the whole fact that Paizo is making the ORC, the Orc license, like they're never gonna get that cat back in the bag. But like,
effectively what they done is they split a diverse like a community that was already split with multiple different games. They split it worse than before.
they made a lot more people. Yeah, like the PR hit that they did has made a bunch of people who had never thought of playing another game before start talking about playing other games. So that's bad. But if I'm a content creator for 5th edition, I actually have a better license to use now. So I'll take it. Like I was gonna not publish any more modules on Foundry for 5th edition. Now me and the guy who I make them with are like, let's fucking do it. Because there's no fear. Like I can release it under Creative Commons, which means Wizards of the Coast can't do a fucking thing if they don't like it. As long as I put the Creative Commons attribution in, that's it. That's all they can do. There's nothing they can do anymore. So I think yeah, the PR hit was horrible, but at least legally the threat of lawsuits is now mostly gone. Because that was the real thing. Like they could take my content and resell it, or they could sue me. And now by releasing all this shit in the Creative Commons, they can't because it's Creative Commons
Is it
licensed.
more of is it more of a legal action for them for people who don't put this in the sub clause that their thing is what Creative Commons or whatever you say?
Well,
If people
okay,
don't list it as that, then they can actually still come along and take it.
no, so okay, so there's two licenses, and I guess before I go off on my license rant, I'm gonna say thank you everyone for playing. I think we're done for the night. If you don't want to listen to me talk about this, feel free to move on. I think I'm gonna record it so it goes out on the recording whenever I do it. But like, if you don't want to listen to me talk about the two different licenses and what they mean,
Yeah, thanks for the session.
that.
It was good.
Yeah,
I go back seat.
God, I was hoping to finish that fight. Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yep. Once
hopefully
the
next
creatures
week.
once the creatures hit me and Americana for 60 and 70, I was like, oh, this is good.
Um,
Yeah, I was hoping to get
Yeah.
a triple crit in the next round like
Yeah.
we did against
Physics.
what's his name?
Yeah, like the fear of the enemy being strong just brings out Americana. He's like, let's do this! Brah!
all right.
That's primal
Okay.
scream of arousal.
So Hypa, there's two different licenses that matter here. The Open Gaming License 1.0A, right? And what that one does and has done for 23 years is it has kind of two parts that are really important. The first one is it says as long as you put this license in your product, you can use our shit. And then the second part of it that's also really important for people who make 5th edition or any other like any derived content, right? And derived content is where you make content based on someone else's content, right? And so the second part of that license that was really important was it had a clause that let you declare what you called product identity, which is you literally in the license you put a blurb that says I am declaring these things as my product identity and you can't use those, right? So like for Dungeons and Dragons, it's like the Beholder, the Forgotten Realms, all the what we would consider like copyrightable intellectual property. And so what the OGL, which is what this whole thing started over, was it let you use everything except the shit that we said you can't use, and it was basically a promise that we won't sue you, which is a really nice promise to get from a big company. especially one like Wizards of the Coast that is notorious for suing people over stuff. So that the whole point of it was to encourage other people to make content for Dungeons and Dragons. The weird thing about it was that then a lot of people also used the open gaming license without using any Wizards of the Coast content. They used the license because it had a really nice infectious property where you could tell people what they could use and what they couldn't use. And it kind of like propagated out almost like a virus, right? But it made it so any company could very quickly throw in the crap that they wanted to say was protected and you can use everything else. So that's the value of the OGL. The original, the current version that's in effect. Creative Commons, there's a bunch of different versions, but the version they released the Dungeons and Dragons Systems Reference Document 5.1 under, which is 5th edition. So the license they just released it under is the Creative Commons, the CC BY license. And what that license does is it says anything in this document, as long as you say Wizards of the Coast originally made it, you can use it however you want. And we have no recourse. So it's basically, it doesn't let you protect specific things, but it lets you say all of this shit we're giving to you. And we are giving up the ability to basically sue you for using it. Like that's not what it legally says, but that's what it legally means, right? So like for somebody who wants to sell products based on Dungeons and Dragons, either of those licenses basically lets you do that. And there's not anything Wizards of the Coast can do. The difference between the two licenses is that until a month ago, everybody assumed the OGL was irrevocable, i.e., they couldn't turn it off. But Wizards' whole stance was that they could turn it off. By putting the 5.1 SRD into the Creative Commons license, they have made the SRD irrevocably open for anybody to use for any reason, and they can't do anything about it as long as you put a paragraph in your product that says we are using some content that was originally released under this license. So it's incredibly permissive. It's the most permissive license that you can put something out under. Like it's basically putting stuff into public domain as long as you attribute it to Wizards of the Coast. So even if I make racist space Nazis from hell based on the 5.1 SRD, Wizards of the Coast can't do shit about it. Like there's nothing they can do because they've released it under that legal framework now. So that's why it was kind of surprising that in the message they put out Friday, they published the 400-page SRD with the Creative Commons BY license. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but as long as we're not going to have issues, but like at the same time, I don't really want to learn 5th edition because I've come in and my first game is Pathfinder. I'm more willing to learn newer and older style of games than I'm willing to learn the newer one because like just what all this controversy around it. Like,
yeah. So like the PR thing is kind of completely separate. The real concern that people had about Wizards of the Coast revoking the old OGL.
The biggest thing is they said that also with the new one is that they could change it like after 30 days or something, and if they wanted to change stuff.
Yeah, like all of the stuff in the new drafts for the new versions of the OGL were basically contracts meant to never get people to sign them. Like, and Wizards is saying that's not what we were thinking of, but it's like, well, that's not what you were thinking of, but that's what you did, right? Like, if you say that you have an irrevocable license or irrevocable rights to anything I release under this license, fuck you. Like, that's bullshit. Like, why would I ever build a business off of that?
Yeah, it's just too scary. But with that, I'm gonna leave you.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go play some games.
Is
take it
anybody
easy.
else left? Yeah, thanks for
I
playing,
think
man.
I think everyone.
Yeah, no, I was sitting here listening.
So it's really like I said
It was,
this in a
really scary. It was really scary what they did, and they've ruined like their own license so badly.
yeah. That's the
Honestly, I'm
sad
not sure
thing.
they're ever going to recover from this.
I
I
think
don't think so either. Like for me as a new player, I was just getting into D&D. I started watching D&D stuff. I've always had the like I've been a gamer for life, and I've always wanted to try it out because like it's the other end of the spectrum. It's kind of what inspired so many games. D&D back in the day has like inspired many different types of games over the years, and people try to make stuff like all the time to try and replicate those experiences they've had as like playing the board games. Now like with D&D being like easily able to play over online, it eliminates that fear factor, having to either know a group of people you might not ever know to meet up on odd occasion to play a game together at someone's house who you don't trust, let alone like you don't know how crazy the bloke is. So like you're like, why would I play D&D with those people? You play with people you know online anywhere around the world. It's made it so much more like public, and it was slowly starting to push forward even more into the community. And then they've just come along and said, nope, none of that. We're going to ruin all that. And they basically have done that to themselves.
yeah,
It was
like
really, really interesting choice because they could have been pushing, like, they could have been getting so much money out of people and people slowly coming into it. At the same time, people who are just coming into it, like myself, I didn't want to touch 5th edition.
yeah, and
Anyway,
it's
I better
weird
go.
because
Otherwise I'll talk about all day.
they they had a leadership change in the last year, and they hired a guy who used to work for Zynga to be like the CEO. And this is probably Hasbro shit. And so I think my take on it is probably the dude that they brought in had just like, oh, we're gonna do all of this like web monetization bullshit with no context for how.
You can say to anyone, yeah, I'll earn us like an extra million if you let me do this, and they're like, a million extra for the company. Uh, yeah, cool. That sounds great. As long as we keep doing what we're doing. He's like, yeah, we're not doing anything that's going to make it more legal mumbo jumbo. It's come along and it's like speaking to people without even realizing what they're doing. They've
Yeah,
just pushed this out the door.
it's just what I've called it terminal business brain. Like, like the guy basically promised that he was going to septuple the revenue of Dungeons and Dragons from.
And literally over a week, he's like halved their money income instantly.
Yeah, so
And
I think they're gonna survive. Like I think, to be blunt, like the diehard nerds that care about this shit, I think we will make an impact. But I also think there's so many people that, well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like I'm really curious because the thing I've been saying in other channels on this is like the way to do this would have been to make one D&D, the 6th edition or whatever they're gonna call it, make a good game with good modules and a great virtual tabletop. Give me a good product and I'll buy it. Don't fuck with
the best thing
everything
they could
else.
do, the best thing they could do to the community that I could see is literally make their own online server. Like
They're trying
from my
to.
experience, is do what this Forge program's done, but make it so ridiculously compatible and easy to use that we all log in and we all play it, and then like
Yeah.
you could probably get people to pay a subscription for it. If it's that good, people will.
But that product doesn't even exist yet.
No,
Right?
like that's all they have to do is make it
Yeah.
like something that isn't buggy, that is just works, and have a hosting server and get people to pay the hosting costs, and then slowly sneak up the price. And if we get so used to using it, we'll probably end up paying for it.
Yeah, if you had a cool Wizards of the Coast VTT that I could be like, oh, Hypa, do you want a cool. So the new version of the game that they're making is going to be 3D and Unreal Engine. Um, like they've announced this, they've shown trailers of it already, but they haven't released it. And so it's like if I can think of a bunch of ways to monetize the fuck out of that in ways that I think are actually good. Like, oh, Hypa,
Models,
you fired your
like
gun and you got a crit. Do you want this cool fucking animation when your crit hits? Pay us $5. That would be amazing. Like, if you don't want it, it doesn't fucking matter. But if you do want it, boom, right?
yeah, and people
But
would probably pay for it,
people
especially
will
on a
pay for
critical
that.
hit.
Like
Critical
people,
hit. Oh man.
yeah, people will absolutely pay for that shit. But that product needs to exist before you take everything else away.
Yeah, but the other thing as well with that is like people who can't afford to pay for that either can get their friends who will pay for it for them, or like the other thing is that like they just skip out on it and they can still enjoy the experience. When we start like separating the community, like with paywalls, that's when games also die.
Well, and the other weird thing about tabletop games, right, is like you guys don't pay anything for this, basically, right? I pay for all of it because I have the passion and the desire and the income. And so, like, I pay for Forge, I pay for Hero Lab, I pay for the shit that goes into those, I pay for the books. Like, you guys can basically do all of this for free. It's all on me. Which I'm not complaining. I'm like laying that out as how the business works. And that's
Yeah,
DMs
I'm
work.
imagining like that. Like it's so often, it's like so common across the board because
It
unless you
is.
have a passion,
Yeah. And so I spend like I am the ideal target audience. And Lyokin, sorry, Lyokin also spent a bunch of money on our 5e shit. I don't want to discount that. Like Lyokin's stuff that he bought for our 5th edition D&D Beyond stuff is kind of what lets us do most of that using that tool, right? But so like Lyokin and I, out of a group, I have this game, I have a game on Thursdays, and my player game that I'm in on Tuesdays. Like basically, me, Lyokin, and the DM for that game have spent all the money, and it's not an insubstantial amount of money. I think I tried to tally it up one day, and I bet between Lyokin, you, and me, and Shatner, the guy that runs that other game, we've probably spent between 2 and 3 grand in the last few years on stuff like this. And so, but we're also the people that are the most attuned to this sort of stuff. And so pissing off me and then me telling all of my players and me telling my friends. It's like the worst possible outcome of like fuck Wizards of the Coast because nobody else is trying to pull this on us, right? So like I'm happy to spend that money because I love running these games and I love making this experience happen, however good or bad I am. But like if you piss me and the people like me off, that's almost all of your money
well,
gone.
like and like you wouldn't consider yourself a big person, right? You consider yourself just like a small time having fun.
I spend a lot of money. I'm on the high end of how much
Do you
people
think
spend.
you reckon? Do you reckon you're more on the high end?
Well,
Do you
because I
reckon there's
don't. I get yes because I am subscribed to like multiple Pathfinder subscriptions. Before
well,
I got
what I'm more meaning, right, is like, but like you do two, 3 games running, like the content is what you pay for. So you're paying for more content. But I mean, like on the higher end spectrum of things, people who have huge followings probably have massive servers who probably have like hundreds of plus people who then also are in the server and then join them for stuff and pay for stuff to help join in.
I don't think
Um,
so. Yes, there are people that spend more than me. I don't think there's
there's
many.
always oh, okay. But so like just saying like, but the thing is if one of those people like yourself, if you were to go somewhere, all of us who play with you would generally go, which also then there's no reason for you to pay for them because you're going to avoid them because of their business practices. So if you fully boycotted 5e, well, how many people that you play with would then boycott it? And like consider you
Exactly.
on the influential level of you say you spend a lot of money, but on influential level, you're quite small, right? In comparison to some of the other people.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
every one of those big DMs that they annoy and then takes their product elsewhere, they're hurting themselves far more than what they imagine.
Oh yeah. Like if well, like Critical Role can't say anything because they're currently under contract with Wizards of the Coast, but like almost every other actual play has come out and said shit about this, right? And
I was
that's
gonna say one of the Critical Role players. Um, oh god, I'm thinking of something different. I'm sorry. Disregard me.
well. So
I'm having
crit rolls in a weird
I'm having a
place.
drunk moment.
But
That's fine.
I'm gonna jump over to my Discord and play some games.
Yep. Take care, man. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Day.
Thanks for the
whatever
game.
time it
I'm
is for
really annoyed that it went down, but what can we
you.
do?
What can you do?
All right, have fun.
Have a good one. But yeah, I don't, like I said, it's terminal business brain of somebody coming from a different industry that just doesn't fucking understand.
I mean, yeah, and when you piss the community off so much that, oh God, what's the YouTube channel that's so popular now? God, I can't think of the name.
I mean, Critical Role's the big one.
Is that the? Yeah, that's the one. One of their players came out and was like, "Yeah, we may not sign up again after this."
Well, yeah, and
Like when they're under contract and they go, "We're probably not going to sign again."
yeah, that's bad.
You fucked up.
I also don't think that the guy that's probably behind all of this has any concept of there have been some interesting discussions of people saying that basically that Dungeons and Dragons and role-playing games, I hate saying Dungeons and Dragons at this point, but tabletop role-playing games, TTRPGs, are almost as much like a folk community or a folk practice as they are any single game, because every group does it differently. Every group makes it their own. The way I run a game isn't how anyone else necessarily runs a game. And if we were playing around the table, it doesn't
Good evening, gents.
what was that, Lyokin?
I said thank you for the game.
Yeah, have a good night, man.
Yeah.
Day, whatever. But yeah, it's just wild to me. The whole thing was wild. I don't know. I feel bad for most of the people that work at Wizards of the Coast, to be blunt. Because I think most of them care. And I think this is just executives fucking shit up. But whatever.
I
We're
mean,
on.
from what I read, most of them were in absolute panic when it was announced.
Yeah. And we're playing Pathfinder. Which
Yep,
I think is
and I like it.
I think well, I mean for this group especially, where everybody's kind of more keyed in on combat. Right? By and large. But whatever. The combat in Pathfinder I find so much more engaging. So it's well, didn't have to twist my arm to
Yeah,
Okay.
I much prefer what we're doing here than I didn't really care what we were with before. It was kind of felt overly complicated at times.
Well, the weird thing, and I've heard people. So this is. I'm just gonna stop the recording because at this point I'm just gonna be bitching about stuff. So if anybody's watching this, have fun. I'm gonna go bitch about systems. Whatever.